Hello, everybody, in SPED 519. I'm sorry I'm getting to you a little later than I intended in the semester. So I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. First, I've been getting a lot of requests from people just needing some extra time on things. And so I just went on D2L and I just opened everything up. So turn it in when you want to, okay? I should have probably done that a while ago because you're advanced students. And I know a lot of professors get really upset and crazy about timelines, but I think it's probably best for you to, um, just figure it out for yourself. Because, I mean, I was getting a lot of, and I don't mind doing it. I don't mind giving extensions at all. But I just meant after a while, I'm like, maybe everybody needs an extension. One thing that I flubbed up just now, I don't know if anybody has turned in essay number 5, but I inadvertently deleted it. Um, Shoot, setting up D2L is such a pain. Like they have all those drop-down menus that you have to go to, and I'm always hitting the wrong thing. Anyway, I deleted it, I believe, and I think it means I asked somebody if it's still there, but I haven't heard back. But I think it means I just have to reload that box on Dropbox. So if you've already put in a chapter 5 or essay 5, I mean, there, I apologize, but you'll need to re-upload it. Okay? Um, just a few comments. First of all, my apologies. I have not gotten into the discussion boards yet. And I'm sorry about that because I'm really behind. I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. Um, the timelines for the discussion groups has to stay the same, but just because we've got to get people through. So I can't make that open ended. Um, but I will get involved, I promise. So, like, even with the 2 week write up thing, if you're a little behind, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Oh, although I didn't really open that up. Let's get it in on time. No, serious. It's closed for reasons so I can pass this on to the other students. But if you need a little time, I don't care. Okay. Um, anyway, so the work that you've done so far, I really have appreciated a lot of things that you've been writing about. I've got some notes over here. If you see me looking back and forth, and there were a few things I just wanted to bring up that I thought were great. There was a lot of talk about personality, relationship, um, how we establish ourselves, our characteristics, things like that. Okay. Too many people do not do that. I know this. They don't reflect on their personality. They don't maybe have much investment in changing who they are to please someone else. In a work way. I don't mean like how am I trying to? Oh, okay. I'm really disorganized. Probably surprises you. I'm really disorganized. But when I work with teachers who are really organized, I always say, look. I mean, this is a true story. I mean, this has really happened. I would say, look, my desk is a mess. Everything is crazy. Blah 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 blah. Let me know what you need, and I'll put little boxes there. And if that comes by my way, it'll be in those boxes. She's fine with that. I mean, because my point is she really gets crazy. She doesn't want to, like me, go, which pile is it in? I get that. But being able to alter your behavior purposefully, um, you know, it's really important. It's like being nice to kids who are driving you crazy, or nice to a parent who you want to smack or something because they're being so disrespectful. Same thing. We put on something. So I just like that you talked a lot about that. There was also talk about theoretical frameworks, which I appreciated. Um, it is really important to think that we all come from a theory base. Okay. Let me think about this. I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, but when I said we come from a theory base, I hope this isn't going in and out. I'm moving because the light goes in. I'm sorry if it's not. It keeps going black and coming back. So I don't know. Anyway, that's what's that's what's distracting me at the moment. But anyway, what I meant by a theoretical framework is we all. This is what I don't know if it's right, but let me put it this way: Growing up the way I did, I grew up in a pretty rural community in a conservative church and blah 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 blah. They had theory about parenting. Okay, it may not come out of a book, but they had these ideas that led what they were doing. The difference between that, meaning, and that's why I was saying we all are informed by theory in some way, but at the professional level, we want to be informed by theory in a different way. We want evidence based practices that can be utilized with the knowledge that they are as thoroughly tested, evaluated as they can be. And also, to me, it's really good because it's like a GPS to your teaching. So, for example, I work a lot in attachment therapy. Attachment theory. There is attachment therapy. I work a lot with attachment theory. And in attachment theory, you're basically looking at using the relationship to continue to build pro social outcomes. That's the easiest way to put it. And so when a kid says something to me like F you, right? I mean, the typical response would be, time out, you're going to the principal, right? The response, if you were working in attachment theory, is, oh, that sounds like you were either saying hello or that you're mad. Which one is it? I mean, because what you're trying to do is say, you can't break this relationship. Okay? Actually, I'm going to go off on a tangent. Um, it's also one of the things that's been really hard for me in my teaching or co teaching, because I have co taught and I was also a vice principal in a school and I co taught there a bit too. Anyway, the point is, I was always about relationship repair, right? Tell me to F off, then say, wait, I guess I'm just saying I'm nervous about the test. And I'm like, cool, we all get nervous, then it's over, right? Then people would say I'm really easy on kids. My favorite one is I want them to be my friends. Okay, I am not putting down these children because they were the best. I loved working with them, but they were a mess. I mean, this was an alternative school. Half of them were drug dealers and stuff. But, I want to be their friends. I'm trying to be friendly with them in that way. So the only reason I brought that up is that is usually the problem I have when I work with co-teaching is my ideas around discipline and relationship building are absolutely counter to the zero tolerance kind of BS that we have in schools today. So a lot of times I get blamed, like I said, for being too nice to the kids. Somebody told me that once. I was like, how are you too nice to someone? You also talked about ongoing learning opportunities and professional development opportunities. I hope that being at this advanced level, that you are either currently doing professional development or you're working with people who can help you do it because it can be an amazing opportunity for you to utilize your skills and to share your intellect and your expertise. And it can be amazing for the people who learn it from you. Here's one of the reasons why. Well, I shouldn't say this. I don't know how it goes in schools. But a lot of times people like hearing from people who know what they're doing. Like they're in the classroom, they do this every day, they know what this is about, kind of thing, right? And that's what I meant. It could be a real opportunity for other teachers to listen to people, who've got skin in the game. When I do professional development with teachers, I always talk about the fact that I was a teacher and what I did and how it's different now and how I really respect them and blah, 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 blah. The point is, as soon as I say I'm a teacher, I immediately get street cred right there. They're like, oh, okay, he's been in a classroom. And then a lot of times I'll tell a couple, three, horror stories from special ed teaching, kids running naked down highways or something. I'm kidding, that didn't happen. But, you know, having things that just were really funny. And then they look at it and go, oh man, he's paid his dues. He's paid his dues, right? Um, one other thing about that, I'm doing a little rambling today. Another thing about that is I've called several schools to go observe a kid because the family wanted me to, observe the kid. And a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times when that goes on, it's because there's something wrong. Like the behavior's bad or something. Um, so I've called schools where they've just, sort of politely put me off. And I had this one kid I really needed to see. So I called the school and I can't talk to the special ed director or somebody, case manager. And she was kind of pushing me off and stuff. And I said, look, can I tell you something? I have a doctorate, I have a social work degree, but first and foremost, I'm a teacher. I used to teach school. I'm not going to bust out your faculty. I'm not there to take on your people. We just have to get a reasonable solution. She literally said, oh, okay. Because her idea in her mind was that Dr. Melton is coming in. He's going to be a real fill in the blank, and we're going to be criticized and shamed again and all that, so blah blah blah. You have a lot to offer because you're taking away this expertise that can be really useful. And again, people just like to hear it from people who they know get it, right? Let me see. Oh, one thing too, I guess this might be close to the last thing, but um, there was a lot of tie-in for people with the use of UDL and executive function, and I really appreciated that you got that, because executive function failures oftentimes are the things that really disable our kids that we work. I hate that, our kids, the kids that we work with. Those are generally the failures, the executive function failures that get them in trouble. They can't evaluate something, they can't start over again, they can't find themselves in time and space. And so when I saw this about executive function coming up several times, I'm like, I'm really, really super glad that you guys did that and that you looked at, sort of the, I think it's like the overarching or the more conceptual idea of UDL. So that you kind of saw that big level piece is really good. All right. Shoot. Oh, the other one. Okay, I'm going to be straight up with you. I usually just get a course module and just kind of diddle with it. And I was sick at the beginning of the semester, and I didn't diddle with it enough. And there were some things in here I'm not really a big fan of. And one of them was that whole how do you make time thing. I don't know. I just wasn't. Maybe you thought it was great. I wasn't a big fan of it. And but you guys are so creative. I'm not kidding you. I was like, maybe this is a good prompt because there are some really creative ways to exercise time management, which is not a joke and is important in special education settings. So I just wanted to tell you, I was pleased that you took that shot at it and did such a good job with it. So okay, I think that's everything for now. I'll get back to you if there's anything else. I'll be getting to the discussions ASAP, and I'm trying to think. I think you have the narrated slideshow. And don't forget, I took the mentorship project out. I just took that off the Dropbox. I didn't realize it was still on there. So that's about it, right? The discussions, the essays, and the narrated PowerPoint. You guys are almost there. Okay, I hope you're having a good thank you. We're having summer. I hope you're having a good summer just started. I was getting sick of that. All right, take good care. I'll be back to talk to you soon. Bye.